Dear friends, the entire world is shattered today because of the great pandemic Corona. From east to west, north to south, we hear a lot about Corona, about the COVID-19 pandemic has taken the whole world in control. It was first begun in Hubei province in Wuhan around the end of December last year. World Health Organization alerted us about the same. People thought it is a local epidemic. Some said it came because of the markets in Wuhan where people eat all sorts of animals and reptiles. It is from there it has emerged. There are others who said it has come from a lab. It is a bioweapon. And some others said it is because of the 5G network that is causing it. Whatever the theory, it all began in China. And people said, well, something that comes from China will not last very long. So much so American President Trump said, when he heard of Corona, he said it is the ordinary influenza, it will pass easily. And our American medical system is up to date. We can face any such reality. American media downplayed the whole thing. Europe was not equipped at all. Chinese battled it all through. Where Chinese cordoned up the whole area, they had a lockdown all over. Strict measures were brought in. Military was pumped in. And at that juncture, people even began to speak about the human rights violation in China. Corona spread not only to China, it began to spread to the rest of the world. China is having trade from different parts of Asia, Africa, Europe and America. So wherever the Chinese went, Corona went. Today you see how it has taken over the whole of Europe. Countries like Italy, Spain, France, Germany, name it and you have it. There are lakhs of people who are infected, thousands of people who are dead. America, that claimed its supremacy in medical field, today is all shattered, where you find lakhs of people in America are infected and thousands of people dead on a daily basis. And America does not know what to do. As a whole, Corona has brought us to our knees. It was around 100 years ago, 1918 and 1919. There was another pandemic of the same magnitude that was known as Spanish influenza, H1N1. And this particular virus took 1/3 of the universe of that time. The whole world, around 500 million people were quarantined in those days. And they suffered around, it is said, to the tune of 40 million people died, more than the World War I and World War II. Today, the same thing is repeated once again. History repeats itself. 1/3 of the world is quarantined today and lakhs of people still dying. When will it end? God alone knows. We have many God-men. India is a country known for God-men. In every religion, there are spiritual leaders, charismatic personalities. Everyone had their program well chalked out for the months of April, May, June, July. No one could ever predict what is going to happen, when will it be, how it is going to contain, how it is going to spread. These things were not known to any God-man. So, no one could predict. Some begin to speak about Notre Dame's prophecy. Some others appreciate Bill Gates because in TED Talk in the year 2015, he spoke about the possibility of a viral attack and the world is not prepared for it. He was a visionary, he could speak of it. But we should utter humility accept that Corona pandemic is totally new and has taken us by surprise. As expected, Corona came to India. It came on the one hand from the people who returned from other nations, from China, from Italy, from Gulf countries, all those were brought in. So the first place Corona came in was to Kerala. and we were all alerted. And if they are quarantined, India could contain coronavirus spread within a short time. The government took immediate action. On 24th of March, the Prime Minister of the country, Modi, declared that we will have a lockdown for 21 days. He put it in this manner, that is, the Kurukshetra Mahabharata was won in 18 days, and we will win our war against corona in 21 days. What an optimistic thought. On 22nd of March, he called every one of us to stand at our doors and balconies and to clap our hands, to ring the bell. We rang the church bell at 5 o'clock in the evening and rejoiced and applauded all our medical personnel who are toiling night and day to contain corona. As for today's statistics, we have over 3,000 people infected. We have 86 people who are declared dead. Compared to the statistics of the rest of the world, I think we are better off. The lockdown was good. There could be some mistakes. No one thought about the reverse migration. Lakhs of people wanting to go back from the cities to the villages. What to do with them? States like Kerala were better prepared. They had housing, they had food, they had medical facility, everything well prepared. The governor of Kerala beautifully explains how the government of Kerala was well prepared and how they have taken a great step to contain corona in the state. Though their country received highest number of people infected coming from other countries, the spread has been very much low compared to anywhere else. Kudos, hats off to all. So I think we have to learn from these states. Our Prime Minister Modi appreciated all the states for their Herculean effort to contain coronavirus. And so also, he appreciated the religious leaders for their part. He called the celebrities and great personalities, the NGOs, everyone to join hands. It is a universal, a global, a national effort to contain COVID-19 or the spread of coronavirus. A great effort indeed. Now, Prime Minister has called us to be ready tomorrow, that is 5th of April, at 9 o'clock night, to switch off the lights and be ready in our balconies and at the doors, portals, with the diyas, with candles, with lights, flashing our mobile lights, and thereby to say that we are all one. What a great message that we are going to give. A nation that is come together to proclaim that we are one country. We are one people. True, there are misgivings everywhere. When we were asked to clap hands, when we were asked to cheer, people had gone on the roads celebrating as though they have won Cricket World Cup. This cannot be stopped in a country of 1-3 billion people. How can we discipline everybody? Those misgivings will always be there. I won't be surprised tomorrow with lamps burning bright if people begin to run the streets. Police will have to discipline them and contain them. But whatever it may be, the message is loud and clear. Someone tried to give a Hindu connection to it. It is said, Mahamrutyunjaya, victory over the untimely death, where Shiva is being worshipped with the lamps, is the Hindu connotation given to the number 9, Navarasas, Navaragas. Nava, 9, is the greatest interpretation that is given according to Indian tradition. We as Christians also could Mahamrutyunjaya, because we are in the Lenten season. And this Lenten season for 40 days, we celebrate how Jesus became victorious over death. He is the only one who rose from the dead. And we celebrate his victory, his resurrection. So the lamps that are lit is the symbol of the risen Lord. So we Christians should be very happy to light the lamps and celebrate. Jesus is risen. He is the victorious person. He is going to be the light of the world, and he will bring us out of this epidemic, COVID-19. So let all Christians also join hands so that we communicate one message as a nation, that we are one people And we are concerned that no one should die, everyone should live. Life is precious. This is our message, loud and clear. I would like to mention here, let us not politicize corona. There is nothing called Christian corona, Hindu corona, Muslim corona, Sikh and Jain corona. Corona is an epidemic. If we are infected, if there is no medical help, a timely medical resort is not there, many people will die. Every life is precious. It is our duty to safeguard lives. It is our duty to applaud, appreciate our medical personnel, the doctors, nurses, so many of them. My good friend, a doctor in Italy, aged 46, taking care of the sick. He was infected and he breathed his last. It is not true that corona only old people will die. The youngsters won't be infected. Anybody who is infected, if his immunity is not sufficient, the person would die. So let us rebuild our immunity. Let us certainly prepare ourselves to face this reality. Let us quarantine ourselves. Let us follow the discipline. Let us stop politicizing. Just before the Prime Minister of the country could declare the 21 days lockdown, in Delhi, in Nizamuddin, there was the Talbigi Convention, which has been happening for many years. Every year people gather there. It is a religious convention. 3,400 clerics came together and discussing about Islam. Now what happened? Because of the lockdown, some of them could not go back. Now some were infected who came from foreign countries and it has been spread abroad. Now this is a mistake. It should not have happened. Precaution has to be taken. As the reverse migration could not be contained and it is a mistake, this also is a mistake. Now, we cannot blame anybody. What is important? How to contain it. Let us not give a religious connotation just because Islamic brothers failed in doing something right they should have done. They did a mistake. And let us consider it a mistake and not that they had an intention to spread coronavirus all over the country and kill every non-Muslim in the country. This sort of talk is certainly not becoming if you want to build one nation. Well, there is no corona which is BJP. There is no corona which is Congress or AAP or any party for that matter. Corona is an epidemic. And we as a nation to stand together along with our medical personnel, along with our government. The political divide should end and we should consider as one nation. We should be the most victorious one in the whole of the world to make the casualties least. Because when every human person, every Indian is precious, I am sure government is trying to save the lives of the people. There are doctors and nurses trying to save the lives of the people. And we all should join hands so that we may save the life of the people. Every Indian national is precious. The world is precious. The people of God are precious. Well, a nice placard could be put in front of the world. The world is shut down for renovation. It will open shortly. Well, this period of 21 days, some say it will be extended for another month. Others say it will be extended for 3 months. England has locked down for 6 months. Let us be prepared for whatever it is. But this period is the time for renovation. To renew our personal life, to renew our family life, renew our life as a community, and renew our life as a nation. Let this be the time for bonding together, helping one another to feel that we are one people, brothers and sisters. As Michael Jackson said, make it a better world. Can we make it a better world by the time we overcome this Kurukshetra, this war against Corona, and thereby we will be victorious. For us Christians, naturally, that is Easter. Victory over death, victory over evil. And thereby we will be celebrating Mahamrutyunjaya, Jesus the risen Lord. This is the message. everyone should hear loud and clear, we will be victorious. Hoge Kamyab. We will be victorious. God bless.